Okay, everyone back?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll progress to the next slide. So now we come to the insight meditation. The Pali word Vipassati, which means to see and penetrate an object thoroughly. That means it's like X-ray, examining the particular object with a kind of thorough checking like an X-ray machine. So, as you know, Pali translation, we English word, we don't have the kind of very specific to say about direct translation. So the closest is called insight. That's why they are treated as insight meditation. So Vipassana Ona is applied to full knowledge acquired by discerning the three characteristics of phenomena. I mean, you must have an understanding of the changes of phenomena to these three kind of characteristics, like anicca, dukkha, and anatta. So vipassana is about understanding the characteristic changes based on anicca, dukkha, and anatta. Meditation on vipassana signifies mental culture. So as we said earlier, vipassana is called a sort of mental science that induces the knowledge of insight with or without practice of tranquility meditation. Some of the books say that you no need to use the samatha method to progress to vipassana. So there are some gurus that teach that insight can be practiced straight without going through the step of vipassana. I mean the samadhi. Okay, that is taken, if I'm not wrong, it's by this Burmese call the kind of culture. They believe that they, in order to go to the samadhi, can go away to vipassana. The Rattavinita Sutta, MN24, stated that the development of the 7 stages of purity in the Satta Visuddhi is treated as a process of developing vipassana. So the 7 stages in this purity is a very important thing that will help you in the developing of vipassana. In the Abhidhamma Sangaha treats the 7 state of purity, also same thing, treat the 7 state of purity as subjects of insight meditation. So basically, that's why the Visuddhi Magga, they can put very strong emphasis on the state of purity. So what are the 7 stages of purity? Okay? So this is a very important step if you practice vipassana. Purity of morality, the sila visuddhi, and it's still very important. The morality to be of 100% pure, even progress in the vipassana. Purity of mind, right? Chitta visuddhi. The mind to have to be 100% pure, right? So all these things cannot be tainted. And then with morality and mind, then you have this right kind of view, purity or right views, Ditti Visuddhi. So very important, right views. Then we have these 3, the purity consisting of overcoming doubts. Then doubts will disappear. They call it Kanga Vitara Visuddhi. So one after another. So as you progress, this doubt will be clear. Purity by knowledge and vision to what is the path, what is not the path. Okay? So if all these 4 steps, you progress to the next one. Purity by knowledge and vision. To what the path and what is, so you must able to differentiate what is path and what is not path. Magga, Ona, Dasana, Visuddhi. This one, exam question will come out. So you all have to must remember the 7 of them, right? And purity by knowledge and vision of the way. So when you encounter the 5th one, finish, you have to achieve this purity by knowledge and vision of the way. Earlier is what is not the path, right? Here is the vision of the way and the way to the right one. And then finally, purity by knowledge and vision, Nadadasana Visuddhi. So this, when they talk about this 7 state of purity on Vipassanā, you must able to recall all these 7 of them, right? The purity of each and every one of them, and able to explain it, okay? So here we explain what is the 7 of them. So in Theravada Buddhism, the 7 stages of purity are called Satta Visuddhi, are the framework from the Visuddhi Magga. It's a very, very thick book. If you have the time, by all means, I go and read through. The Path of Purification by this Buddha Gosa. He's an Indian monk who came to Sri Lanka to translate, because after the Buddhism disappeared from India, there is only left the various sect of Buddhism. It's a Rojak Buddhist. So also all kind. So this particular monk, he wanted this Theravada. So he came back to Sri Lanka because all the things have been sent to Sri Lanka. So Sri Lanka is a pure state of Theravada Buddhism. So he has to go down there. He translated into this from Sinhalese back to Pali. This Buddha Gosa on those various texts, and also he did a great work. So that's why the Sri Lanka they pay reverence to him, because he commented a lot of commentaries to explain the profound teaching of Buddha. So this is one of the Visuddhi which are done by him, outlining the progress path to Nibbana. These stages systemize the threefold training, the Sila, Samadhi, and Panna, the morality, concentration, wisdom, into a structured purification process. So we will go through one by one each of these so-called factor. Purification of virtue, or Sila Visuddhi. As you all know, Sila is the morality, very important. Cultivating the moral discipline by observing precepts. Like you are 5 preceptor, you need to follow closely and then take it seriously. 5 or 8 precepts for lay people. Some of them who progress it to the retreat will follow the 8 precepts. And then for monks, Patimokkha, you study one of the year about the Vinaya rules for monastic. So these are very strict discipline. So basically, monks have to follow closely to the Vinaya, especially Patimokkha. You break any one of them, you'll be destroyed, okay, especially monk. Then abandoning unwholesome action to right conduct. We have to stop all the bad things and doing all the right thing, right conduct. So, avoid all the evil deeds, then do all the good things. Then after the virtue, you must go to the next one, the purification of mind, Chitta Visuddhi. Here is a developing of concentration, or what I call Samadhi, through meditation. Example, mindfulness of breathing, kasina practice. So mind is very important. So your mind is a thing that creates a lot of trouble. So always think the right thing. And then next one, overcoming the 5 hindrances. Also the mind play a very significant part. We are drove by sensual desire, ill will, sloth. So I mean laziness, don't feel like doing, and then restlessness, doubt. All these are the 5 hindrances. Then if you have if all these very hard for you to progress. So as a Buddhist, we should at all times try to control all these from arising, right? To attain access or absorption. So if you're able to stop these 5 hindrances, that means you are high chance of attaining absorption, the jhana. Okay, so hindrances is present in our daily life. So at all times, please beware of this arising at all times. And next one is the purification of view or ditti visuddhi. This one talk about discerning or understanding of impermanent. Everything is of constantly changing, impermanent, anicca. And everything also have suffering, dukkha. And everything also is of non-self, anatta, in all phenomena. Okay? Basically, we are human beings. What we have, nama and rupa. Once the dead body out, all these two disappear. What appear later on is a rebirth consciousness. So it's eradicating the illusion of permanent self, sakkaya ditthi. This is a common factor in all lay human beings, that we always think the body as a permanent self. Then when you have purified your view, you need to purify by overcoming doubt. Kanaka vitarana visuddhi. So how to understand doubt? Everything you are analyzing the cause and effect. Everything happen, whether in your daily life or whatever happen, is because it's cause and effect. If you look closely on it, it's about this cause and effect. This is called a dependent origination. To resolve doubts about past, future lives, and karma. And then you can see that all continuous things arise and cease due to causes. Like ourselves, as you go aging, our cells are every day dying rapidly and new one arise. So the moment when your cells start deteriorating and then not growing, then life is coming to an end. Purification by knowledge and vision of what is path and not path. Magga, nana dasana visuddhi. Here, you able to decide or distinguish between the genuine insight, the vipassana, and then misleading experiences, especially euphoric distraction. In some meditation, you may encounter different things like bright light, which you think is a very, very good thing, then keep on focusing on it and then without leaving it. So all these are called misleading experience that hint you from practicing the true insight. Also another thing, avoiding attachment to meditative bliss or sign, nibbita. Okay, especially when you meditate, you will see various signs or can see light of all sort. Okay, depend on individual practice and your own kind of development. Right, this thing not everyone the same. Okay, so especially say nimitta, some of them love to stick to there, and then always meditation go to the particular thing. Like you see a light down there, you're very happy, always must see the light. So if you don't live down there, it's a disruptive for you to move forward. So all these things are temporary. All this after you get it, you just have to abandon and you carry on moving. And then purification by knowledge and vision of the way. Patipada Nanda Dasana Visuddhi. Here is deepening insight into the three characteristics. Right? So when you go, Vipassana is about three characteristics, tilakkhana, to the nine insight knowledge. Example, dissolution, fear, that this passion. Right? When I see tilakkhana, you encounter it, you see your life grow, sustain, and then finally die off. So it's a fear to you, because this thing will come to every one of us. Then you're progressing to the Vipassana Nada, stages of insight. Okay? So for those who are practicing Vipassana, you will see the stages of progress for your this Vipassana meditation. Then finally, the purification of knowledge and vision, Nanandasana Visuddhi. Here, you attaining the four paths and fruits, the Magga Paha. Remember the Abhidhamma, the Magga Paha, swim entry, depending on which path you take. Once returning, non-returning, and alignship. So you are able to come to this step, you are soon attain your Nibbana. This is a direct realization of Nibbana and the cessation of defilement called Asavakkhaya. Okay? So basically, you must know, when I talk about Sati Visuddhi, remember all these 7 points or factor. In order for you to answer this so-called, if you come a question like how these 7 will help you in the Vipassana meditation. Okay, you want to read further, please go to this particular website and read through about this Visuddhi Magga. Not totally Visuddhi Magga, it's the more of the 7 steps, how you progress through. Okay? And then we go further. The 3 contemplation in Vipassana meditation. Remember, Vipassana is about all these 3. So when no more object, you look at, let's say, you're sitting, you're feeling pain, okay? Pain. Then this contemplation of the impermanent or anicca upasana, the pain, you don't react to the pain. When you observe the pain, you will not be there forever. The pain will come to a moment where you disappear by itself. Then you feel relief of it. Okay, this is a kind of body phenomena. When you do meditation, all this will be coming. Then contemplation of suffering, dukkha nupassana. Right? So when pain comes, your mind will start have this thought, suffering. Why I sit here? Wow, this whole body aching, hot, all that. All these are things which will come as phenomena, the suffering of pain. Especially when you're long sitting, the pain will come and haunt you. So if you don't attach or react to against it, you contemplate on this pain, you come to a time the pain will just go off by itself. Right? These are the meditation thing. When you encounter as you progress, you will see all these things on and off, coming here, on and on. Then contemplation of non-ego, anattutta pasana. Basically, you contemplate without fixing your kind of mind you understand that you are a body and you're a mind. So basically, there's nothing in yourself. Basically, you are made of these two parts only. So this is called anatta. So we go further. There are 25 subjects to be focused on under each of the above contemplation. Okay, so when you doing this insight meditation, there are aggregates, the 5 aggregates. Okay, the sense cognition, sense object, sense contact, sense feeling, then sense perception, and volition, sensory desire, sensory reasoning, sensory investigation, sense elements, and 32 parts of the body, and sense sphere. And these are talking about this, the higher realm one. Sense, sense sphere. Still talking about the present earth one. 18 elements, 22 faculty, brain existence, or called bhava, and the 3-4 existence, 3 stages of becoming, 4 jhana, 4 illimitables, formless attainment, and 12 nidanas. Okay, so this is talking about the earth existence and also those in the form and formless realm. So when do each contemplation, the person who are doing the Vipassanā, all is impermanent in the sense of being extinct. So never one thing stay still. Your pain will disappear. So it's not impermanent. And all is suffering in the sense of being fearful. So you have, especially when you suffer from aching, your mind start having the kind of fearful. What happened to me? So this is a suffering where fear arises. So this thing will go off also. All is non-self in the sense of being void for essence. That's why when you do, as you progress, you'll see that basically you're Nama and Rupa, nothing else. So when you talk about Bhavana, the path of tranquility, meditation, is set forth along the reflection on objects of meditation, Kamanta, and the path of insight meditation that set forth along the 7 stages of purity and the true knowledge of phenomena existence. Yata, Bhuta, Nana, Dasana. And then tranquility meditation leads to attainment of absorption, Samatavana, and the superior intellect, Abhina, of absorption, and the 9, neither perception nor non-perception, Nivasana, Nana, Sanayatana, and of superior intellects, knowledge of destruction of crankers, Asavaka, Nana, and can be attained through the insight meditation. So tranquility meditation and insight meditation are both exercises in the development of concentration samadhi. So concentration itself does not mark the accumulation of path heading to liberation. Okay, remember, when you get very good one-pointedness, does not mark the accumulation of path leading to liberation. It's only the basic beginning. Okay. Concentration must be developed to its fullness to realize wisdom, which elevates the disciple to the 4 noble truths and fruits, which accumulate in the liberation of 2 levels. Liberation through mental development, samadhi, or what we call ceto vimutti, and liberation to full knowledge, panna vimutti. So this is the end of long course of meditation practice when the disciple attains his goal of eternal happiness of Nibbana. So when you're able to achieve, then total happiness is at Nibbana. Nibbana, right? Is a state of release. And with this, we end the Bhavana. So 4 of you do. I assign to you. Big Ling around.
Yeah,
Hello.
all here.
Yes.
She's here. So Big Ling will do question 1.
Okay.
This who Brother Go. Describe the methods of contemplation, the 5 aggregates in developing the insight meditation. Okay, not? Brother
Okay.
Go.
Can.
Okay, Then Sister Sumeta, explain the concept of seeing things in the true perspective in insight meditation. Okay, Sister Sumeta. Sister Sumeta, you do question 3.
Yes.
Sister
Question 3.
Teo, last one. Discuss the importance of insight meditation as the accumulation path to Nibbana.
Okay.
Sister Doris today spare.
Okay, thank you.
So this one for next session.